Well, the protection of PRASA infrastructure has received a boost. Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula has deployed more than 3,000 security personnel to stop vandals and thieves in their tracks. The rail agency has lost millions in the past due to criminality. eNCA's Barry Bateman is at the Rhodesfield Metrorail station. Let's cross to him now. Barry, very good morning to you. And what did the minister have to say in putting these measures in place?
Well, he hasn't had anything to say just yet because he's running late, perhaps the way the trains are operating in the country. The briefing was supposed to start at 10. He is on his way. But what we're going to be hearing about is the insourcing of about 3,000 security guards. You will have known that the rail infrastructure has been left vulnerable since about November last year. It had to do with irregular tenders. These were set aside without a proper contingency plan being in place. And this has allowed, over that period, and of course during lockdown as well, for thieves and vandals to essentially pillage the rail network. Now, what has happened is that the security guards who were employed by those external service providers, more than 3,000 of them have now been insourced and are going to be employed by PRASA. That is the big announcement, but of course cooperation with law enforcement agencies, the SAPS and the like, to ensure that what is left of the infrastructure is in itself further pillaged.
Barry, there were also, over the years, many calls for protection of those workers themselves, those who work on our trains as well, particularly females as well, saying that they weren't given enough protection on these trains. Do we know if that as well is going to be addressed, not just infrastructure, but the people who actually have to work on these trains?
You reckon it might be an element that will come up. I mean, we do have the railway police who should be on the trains and be able to secure that kind of safety and security. But I do believe that the thrust of what is going to be announced today does relate to the physical infrastructure, the railway lines, the overhead lines, the signalling equipment, the stuff that has been stolen and sold for scrap. That is what we understand that this big announcement is today is going to be about.
All right, so still no clue as to when the minister will actually get there, but you are sure, is he actually on a train getting there, Barry?
No. That was the original plan, but I think in the theme of what's happening here, there was no train, so we just came to the destination.
All right, I was just wondering, maybe he was just testing the system. Okay, so if and when Minister Fikile Mbalula gets there, we'll hear from Barry Bateman. The word will be official as to these measures being put in place to stop this theft that actually costs us millions and millions, partner. Yeah.